Part 2. Camille says Amber lied about donating the money. She had 16 months between the last payment and the trial. And she wanted all of it with no tax burden, so Johnny had to pay double because he had to pay the taxes. That's just her punishing Johnny. Then she says something very important to the jury. You can't pick which incident of lies and no evidence to believe or disregard. It's all or none. It's either sex abuse or it's made up. She's either truly a victim of abuse or she's a woman who would say absolutely anything. It's not coming down to Amber versus Johnny. It's Amber versus everyone. It's Amber versus... And then she lists every witness against her, including the police. Ben Chu comes up. By the end, he gets emotional. It's like they really like their client. Amber is physically and mentally cruel. Johnny learned from his father, you don't fight, you leave. And Johnny just deals with it. He even moved his mother across the street so she can interact with him and the grandkids. No woman before or after has ever come forth me too for Johnny. The minute he mentions Kate Moss, Rottenborn objects. Now that's not something you do in closing arguments unless it's egregious error, like misrepresenting the evidence. Ben Chu wins the objection over Ben Rottenborn. Ben Chu continues, Johnny's never denied the drugs or alcohol. But after that op-ed, there will always be people who think he's hit Amber. She says she did it for women, but she really did it for the timing of the Aquaman release and to promote her ambassadorship with the ACLU. She didn't mention him by name, but she didn't have to. Everyone knew. Everyone in Hollywood knew. And then she goes and tweets it, and then tweets it a second time. She added information. To prove everyone knew, he says the USA ran the article about the implication that Johnny hit Amber. Other publications did too. And it was all over social media. You don't need a restraining order when your husband's halfway across the world, gone for 3 months. Rottenborn comes up, and he winds up gaslighting the jury and becoming weird. He says things like, we all know what happened in Australia. It's her First Amendment right to write the op-ed. Oh, and what happened to his finger has nothing to do with the case. She could have chopped it off with an axe. It's about whether she was abused. And then he lists all the ways she's supposedly abused. He goes back to the smashing the phone thing. Well, Amber didn't say that's how he lost the finger, but he smashed a phone that's not there. He's controlling. He's jealous. That's abuse. He wrecked her closet. That's abuse. Of course, he talks about the more serious accusation. But then he says this. He cannot prove he never abused her. And since he can't prove that, you have to find for Amber because it means she was abused. That's weird. Elaine implodes completely. She gets objected to 4 times for misrepresenting evidence and almost lying. She started talking about all the money Amber should be getting. She chose $100 million just to sue for double. That's a weird thing to admit. What do you think the jury's going to decide? Let me know.